Where I am now, better than before, through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place. I'm in a walking place. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, WMVA 88.9 FM studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to 1350 AM, 1400am.com, click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
What you could you, will you be, my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors. Let's welcome WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, and WMVA 88.9 FM. Good morning.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. We have 2 platforms over there on YouTube. FYI Radio Show, host Yolanda Hinton, and Crystal Records 1, CRISTO Records 1. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We promise we'll shout you out.
You promise?
Promise.
Shout out.
Woo, Mr. E, somebody's already saying hello to us. Who is it?
Well, we want to say the self-esteemed queen, good morning to
Oh,
you.
how are you? It's good to see you on back on social media, young lady. Sometimes you ghost us, but it's good. Fiona, Miss Fiona Huff is there. I hope she will come out to our Pizza and a Dialogue. We'll talk to you all about that later on. I'd love for her to help and participate in that dialogue with us. Listen, Mr. E.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
Had a great weekend. He rose. He got up out of the grave, had a great Sunday service.
Yes.
And, hey, it was all good, all wonderful. We had a great time at the park. At Northside Park. It was jam-packed.
Oh my goodness, marvelous. Did you eat a lot of hot dog, hamburgers, eat Easter eggs? Oh, I can still remember, going out to the park and getting those fresh boiled eggs.
I didn't eat a lot of hot dogs. I didn't eat no hot dog, no eggs, or anything. That's because I was the hot dog master. I was the grill master along with Deacon Jamie Lee. He was a grill master. He cooked hamburgers. I cooked hot dogs.
Did you sleep and dream hot dogs and
Lord
hamburgers?
Jesus.
But that's good. Congratulations. I'm glad you all had a wonderful, wonderful event. It was a beautiful Easter, Mr.
Yes.
E. Just so many people celebrating the resurrection of Christ. It's always wonderful to know that he has risen.
That's
for
right.
us.
That's right. That's right.
Salvation for the world.
And Miss Hinton, one of the other things I liked so much about Easter was I still saw some of the young ladies and young men dressed to impress with their suits on, their pretty dresses. I thought this generation done got away from that.
No.
But some of the young girls had little Shirley Temple curls, and I said, look at them.
It's a tradition. They're
Yeah.
styling and profiling. Oh man, I can rewind and look at when we lived in New York. My mother used to buy us the nicest clothes. She just really knew how to dress us, and especially Easter. Everybody was, all 7 of us was just decked down.
And all 6 of us were decked down. The boys had on shot skin suits, and the girls had on their pretty dresses with the lace socks and the Easter bonnets and the gloves on the hand. I said, Chi-Chi.
And patent leather shoes.
And patent leather shoes. I asked my sister Chi-Chi, I said, mean as you is today, how can somebody put some pretty clothes on you like that?
Oh, right. Leave Chi-Chi alone. But anyway, Mr. E, this is FYI Pride. What is it?
Sports Talk.
Talk. This is FYI Radio Show, Monday Sports Talk. And I tell you what, we're going to talk about the NBA. And we're going to talk about the fact that, look, we have left the play-ins, and now we're talking about the play-offs.
Miss Hinton, I'm telling you, the play-ins and the play-ons and the games that, that they started, it's all zero now.
Woo!
It's all zero.
All zero.
Those games that y'all played, those 80 games that you played through the course of the year, now you got to start from square one. That don't mean nothing.
You don't have
now.
a record now.
You don't have a record now
history.
because now you in the playoffs.
Oh man, what in the world happened, Mr. E? We got some winners, we have some losers. Let's talk about it.
Well, Miss Hinton, on Saturday it was great games played on Saturday,
yes.
And it's kicked off. It kicked off the play off, and Saturday, April the 19th, we had the Milwaukee Bucks played against the Indiana Pacers, and Indiana Pacers beat them. Now, remember, they're in the playoff. They got to play the best of 5. So the Indiana Pacers beat them 117-98.
All right.
Then the Nuggets, they turned around and they beat the Clippers 112-110 by 2 points.
But these are two good teams.
These are great teams that made
it.
They don't have no evictions. They don't have no you out of the game. No get. They the one that comes with the best record.
That's right.
And because if you look at the Golden State Nuggets, they won 50 and they won 50 and lost 32.
And the Clippers as well.
Same as them. Yeah.
32.
And the Knicks won 51. And the Detroit Pistons won 44. And that's why the Knicks beat them 123-112. Timberwolves, they beat the Lakers.
I saw that game.
I was just so excited.
Now, were you surprised, actually?
To see the Lakers lose?
Yes.
I thought, here's the thing. They stacked the deck by going against. That's right.
Stacking decks.
They went and got Donovich. When they went and got Donovich, and they thought that the hope, their great white hope, would pull him through. They thought that they would pull him through along with LeBron James and company, but they lost 117-98. That's the first game in the playoff that they lost on Saturday.
But the Lakers didn't look too good to me. I mean, they tried it, but it's something about their the way they were kind of like moving,
trying to feel and figure.
Kind of moving wasn't the greatest, if you ask me.
And then they put LeBron James' son in the playoff.
I know, I saw.
And I said he couldn't hit the back of a ball.
He still tried. Did he score any points in this game? Did he score anything?
No.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, keep trying, John.
And then we went to Sunday. What games that we have on Sunday, Miss Hinton?
Oh, wow.
I mean, that on Saturday was a barn burner, but on Sunday, it was an extra barn burner because one team got beat by 50 points.
It was a sad situation. I don't like when games are like that, Mr. These are the best teams.
That's
now.
right. That's
but
right.
You 50 points behind.
That's right. OKC. OKUC, there's a flower on my knee. OKC, the Thunders, they put it on the Grizzlies on 130-80.
That was the only thing that I didn't like about these games this weekend was the fact that the Grizzlies. Come on now, how are you that far behind? You're not playing.
I believe OKC, and hey, y'all can talk to me later on. I believe that OKC gonna take it by 4.
OKC was making some great moves, though. I mean, they were definitely playing. They were swift. They were magic, if you ask me. That's why they were so far ahead, Mr. E.
And speaking of magic, the Magic lost to the Boston Celtics.
Is it true?
103 to 86.
That's another one.
I mean, Brown got to talking yesterday about Magic. Said this is not Harry Potter or anything like this. They're known as the Magic, but they don't have no rabbit in their hat.
Well, Celtics were so confident. They played confident, and also even with the Thunder, they played really confident. You could see it when you watch. We're going back to the Grizzlies and Thunder. When you sat there and saw the Grizzlies, they act like they didn't have no oomph in them. They were not even. They didn't have the energy, even sitting on. You see them sitting around the side, on the line. There's nothing about them that had energy.
They was amazed. See, when you get a team that comes out there and jump on you from the beginning, when them teams jump on you and then you got to play catch up and they stop your best. When you go back to the Thunders, you look at Jay Williams who hit 20 points.
Yes.
I mean, for the Thunders. I mean, when you look at the Thunders, OKC had 20 points and 6 assists and 3 steals.
Absolutely.
They came out there. The Thunders came out there wanting to play. They came out there ready to play, and the Grizzlies were shocked. They hit us and 50 points down. I believe it's the best of 5.
Yes.
I believe that the OKC gonna take it in 4.
All of them, all the games.
I believe the first 4 games.
Give the Grizzlies at least
can't
one.
Give them 1. Then they had to go to 6. So I believe it's 6 of them. So they had to. I think they're gonna get the best of the 4. So they got to go to 6 games.
Well, Mr. E, look at the Celtics. Look at their numbers: 61 games won, 21 lost. Magic 41 to 41. They really didn't have a real good chance, but I think when those games are played, you're going to see Magic come through with a few of them.
Well, we hope so, because D. White was not playing with them. Mm-hmm. He sat there and hit 30 points last night on fire. Boston Celtics was on fire last night, 103 to 86.
Absolutely.
And then the Cavaliers. Yeah. The Cavaliers, another great team, number 1 in their bracket. They played against the Miami Heat, and they beat them by 21 points.
Yes, they did.
121 to 100. And D. Mitchell showed out. He came out to play 3-pointers layup, and then he did a reverse layup. I mean, went from the right hand and switched it over to the left hand, and pow, fire. I mean, fire fell down.
They were playing ball, but look, the Warriors and the Rockets. The Warriors, to me, had to win this. I feel like they had to. But let me say something about this, because I didn't look at that the whole time. But it was something about that game seemed a little sluggish to me.
Well, when they first kicked it off, as a get to know me. Well, because the Houston Rockets and the Warriors used to play against each other. So they have some personal things that's happening out there. Mm-hmm. So they had to get over some stuff. They had to get away with some stuff. And they had to make sure they was in the right frame of mind. Because when you went out there and you saw them bumping and grinding and punching and kicking and pushing folks and shoving folks for no reason, when you didn't have the ball, just like Draymond Green. Yes. Draymond Green should have got ejected out of the game. Because Draymond Green don't play. Draymond Green is establishing the middle. And see, when you got Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler working the works out there, I mean, they can't do but do what they do, because Jimmy Butler is a bad boy. He's a bad boy now. He's another Draymond Green, but incognito.
In a whole different body.
He's got some slick stuff going on with him. So now, any team that plays up against the Warriors, they got to worry about the Damon Green's wannabes, because they got a whole lot of them out there.
Mr. E, look in your crystal ball. What do you see for the Warriors? What's going to happen? There's two teams that I'm concerned about, and that's the Warriors and the Lakers.
Well, I believe the Warriors going to be there. The Warriors going to be there, right. And it's going to beat the Lakers by 4-2. They're going to win 4 games, and the Warriors going to lose 2. Yep. So that's the way it goes down. They won the first game.
Yes.
And then they can turn around if they go back out and play ball like they played last night. They can sweep them. Sweeping through the city. That's what I'm looking for. And then they pulled that boy for the Golden State. Curry, he went crazy last night. Steph went crazy, hit 31 points in the game. I mean, 3-pointers back to back. Once he got his range going on, quick shooting and interjecting, he was just throwing them up. Pie out.
He's just a champion. You just can't do anything with him.
They call him the top performer. These are the top performers that perform like never before. So my hats off goes to the Golden State Warriors. See, them two of my team.
The Warriors and who?
At the OKC.
Okay.
And I did have the Pelicans, but New Orleans. But they couldn't hang around. So I'm looking for to take the whole thing. I'm giving you my prediction early in the game. OKC gonna win the whole championship.
Really?
That's right. OKC gonna be Boston. OKC gonna be Cleveland. All of them in that Western Division. We'll see that later on down the road.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So my hats off to OKC and my hats off to the Golden State Warriors. 95-85 beating the Houston Rockets.
I want to say good morning to Modell Lewis. She said good morning, my 2 favorite friends. We have Sheila Robbins on. Good morning to you all. Thank you for joining us for Monday Sports Talk.
Miss Hinton, when we look at it, we're looking at the playoff brackets. So everybody ought to have them a bracket by now. So if you want a bracket, make sure you download your bracket. You get your bracket, and you can find out how it's going to go. In the Western Conference, you're going to have the Thunders and the Grizzlies, the Nuggets and the Clippers, and the Lakers and the Timberwolves, and the Rockets and the Warriors. So then between those teams right there, that'll cause them to advance to the next step.
Mr. E, can you give us those names again?
The OKC in the Western Conference against the Grizzlies. And the Golden State and the Denver Nuggets will be playing against the Clippers. That's the Los Angeles Clippers. And then the Minnesota Timberwolves will be playing against the Lakers. They beat the Lakers.
You happy about that? I have a feeling you don't think the Lakers going to do that good.
I don't think
they have a chance.
I don't think so.
They can't look. They're in the playoffs.
They're in the playoffs.
They may get their groove on.
They made it at the bottom by the skin of their chin.
But they're there.
Yep, they there, but they got to show what they made of now. Because they got some good teams that they got to worry about. They got to worry about OKC. Now, if you look at the bracket, you see that the winner of the Thunders and the Grizzlies. So my prediction will be the Thunder and the Grizzlies will be the Thunders.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm putting it up there right now, Thunders. And then at the end of all of that, the Thunder's going to be there.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at the other ones, that means the Grizzlies done lost. And when you look at the Golden State Nuggets in the second round, I believe
Golden State who?
The Denver Nuggets and the Clippers.
Okay.
And I believe that going to play the OKC going to be the Nuggets. And then the Lakers going to lose to Timberwolves.
Well. Could be not.
And they're gonna play against the Warriors. Now, when it comes down, that's my prediction. Now, that's my prediction.
Mr. E, you have fast forwarded after the playoffs, and this is the bracket.
This is
your bracket.
This is my bracket.
Okay, go ahead.
This is my bracket, and so it's going to be the Warriors against against OKC.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, to go into the championship, it's going to be the OKC going to beat the Warriors. That's my prediction to go into the championship.
Could be.
And so, and then when you
Could
look
be
at,
not.
and when you look at the other conference on the other side, you'll find you got the yeah, Boston gonna lose too. You got the
Did you
Boston
say
Celtics.
Boston Celtics are
You
going to
you you
lose?
go you gonna have the Cleveland playing against Miami. You're gonna have Miami. You're gonna have Indiana Pacers playing against the Milwaukee Bucks,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna have the Knicks playing against the Pistons, and you're gonna have Boston playing against the Magics.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Boston won the first game. The Cavaliers won the first game. The Indiana Pacers won the first game, and the Milwaukee Bucks. I
Mhm.
mean, the Knicks won the first
First
game.
game.
So
Uh-huh.
with that league over there, I expect to see at the playoff, the final games in the playoff, that the Thunder's going to play against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they're going to knock Boston right out the south.
No.
Yes,
I don't know.
yes, that's my
I have
prediction.
high hopes for the Celtics.
Well, see, the Boston Celtics, they did it last year. They did a wonderful job. But guess what? They got to come down because them young boys from Cleveland Cavaliers is not taking any hostages.
Ooh, what is your prediction out there? You all agree with Mr. E. Let us know in the chat. I want to say hello to Miss Kiki, Genevieve, Miss Christine. How are you? It's been a minute. You need to come on FYI Radio Show. We would love to talk with you again. Love to the family, Sue, and to your brother. And God bless you. Thank you so much for joining us. Mr. E, I don't know. It sounds okay, but
that's the thing. You got the name. Guess what you said?
What?
It sounds okay.
All right. Okay. So now, absolutely.
OKC.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I have no doubt.
Yeah. I want to say good morning to Mr. Chris Hinton. Thank you so very, very much for tuning in to the Most Talked About Radio Show. Miss Sheila Robbins, thank you so very, very much for dialoguing with us. Now, if you think that my predictions are wrong, you need to let me know.
Let Mr. E know. Let Mr. E know that there's hope for the Lakers. There's hope for the Celtics. You didn't say anything about the Clippers. What are you ready to throw them in the?
Well, the Clippers going down by the way of Sandusky too. You know, when
How is that?
When you look at the Clippers, they playing against the Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
And when you playing against the Denver Nuggets, out of that game, the Denver Nuggets won the first game.
Mm-hmm.
So now I believe that the Denver Nuggets going to beat those Clippers.
Do you think that the Warriors could have done even better this season if they really, really put themselves into the game? I think sometimes, when you win the championships and all this stuff, sometimes you get a little bit, to me, it feels as though they just, the next season, they kind of like a little slower.
I think if they get the rest, because they going through that bang bang. Folks don't understand when you continue to battle, when you run up and down that court, and not only are you running up and down the court, but you body checking, you physically bumping and running at each other. You're going in the bucket. If the Golden State Warriors would continue to maintain a good focus, a good game, and protect the shooters and play underneath the buckets, they win. They did a lot of double teaming last night. Mm-hmm. So that means that whoever was on Butler, Damon helped him out. Whoever Butler was guarding, they and so when Houston got ready to come in the bucket, you couldn't come in any kind of way. You better bring your body bag when you come, because they were cutting you up in that. See, and that's the way you're supposed to play. You cannot have no free shots underneath the bucket. When you come off the bucket, you got to have a body cast on, because guess what they'll be doing to you? They're going to beat you down. They're going to beat you. I seen one guy out of Houston come with blood coming out of his neck.
Absolutely. Did you see that young man hit those points at the buzzer?
At the buzzer, yeah.
At the buzzer.
Yeah, at the buzzer.
Where he was way back, at middle court?
That's right, half court, yeah.
Half court. And I said you could have used that before the buzzer went off, bro.
Hey, they should have got
it. It was over by then, though.
But when they, and I just hope these teams that are in lead now, will continue to put the pressure on them. So you can't let up off them. When OKC jumped out there, they put pressure on. I mean, I never seen so many greyhounds out there running. I mean, running.
Well, let's talk about OKC. Why are they doing so good, Mr. E? Who are some of the big time stars? You know, those are shining on OKC.
They got one of the guys that's out there I think highly of, and I mean, when you look at OKC, you looking at a cat that playing that ball. I mean, when you look at OKC, you looking at folks who are really out there to play that ball. You know, when you look at that starter, the starting five of OKC, you got that boy, and I can't even pronounce his name, but his last name is Alexander. I won't even mess with his middle name. You know, and when you look at him, and he's a baller. I mean, he comes straight off the court, the ball, and then you got that big old boy that comes by the name of Dottie. And then Jalen Williams, and then you got Chet Holmgren. I mean, they ready to go.
They're ready to go.
They are ready to go. They ain't taking no hostage, and they got speed, and they got finesse, and they playing my kind of basketball, basic basketball, protecting the basket. They ain't worried about you out there shooting 3-pointers. Now, if you're a team that likes to shoot 3-pointers, that's all you like to. Well, they put somebody on you, but they keep a runner in the background. That's how they was getting so many buckets. That bucket, when you shoot that ball and the ball doesn't make it, then you got to have somebody underneath the bucket that's gonna get the rebound. That's what a lot of the team. That's what OKC is doing. That's what the Warriors are doing. They playing basic basketball, putting some people underneath the bucket, and don't mind getting a scar, don't mind getting knocked down, don't mind getting dunked on. Anytime you play in the middle, you got to bring it.
Well, what about when these major players get hurt? You know, the Lakers, you know, they're a good team, but seem like, you know, some of their major players don't, you know, what do they go out?
If you're not a brawler, see, basketball, a lot of people may not never understand that a lot of people think that basketball is let me shoot freelance. They will beat you down in basketball, hit you all on your arm, run, you know, bump all into you. And they should have equipment on in basketball, but no, they don't have no equipment on. And yes, you got to run and gun. You got to
have
prove
to have
yourself.
that stamina.
That's right.
You have to definitely stay in. You got to have the energy. You got to come out with the energy.
You better come out there with the energy.
Moving the whole time.
You better, and then you got to be in good shape, and you got to be like a Timex watch. You got to be able to take a lick and keep right on ticking.
I've seen many of them fall out yesterday, but they got right back up again.
Take me up, coach. Take me up.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to the playoffs. They have how many more games to play, Mr. E?
They have six games to play, but they can lose it. Let's say the OKC win the first 4 games. Bye to the Grizzlies, because OKC done won the first 4.
Okay.
And when they win the first 4, and it could be 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, whatever the leader of it may be in this tournament, when they get to 6. That's the ball game.
That's it.
You know, that's the ball game. So when you started looking at how they play, it's tournament time. If you never watch basketball, don't understand the game of basketball. I don't like basketball in the first beginning, but I like basketball when it get down to the wires for the best of the best. All those 60 and 80 games that they played through the year, it don't mean a thing now.
Mr. E, I want to mention Norfolk State University had a scrimmage on Saturday. Really nice, great. Our boy Mike Vick came
Congratulations.
out, did his thing, and we're looking for some great season for NSU.
I saw a lot of the great homeboys that from the 757 was out there at the game also, like Ivan Allen. And
we got a chance to meet him, take pictures with him. Trying to get to Michael Vick, but Michael Vick was busy. The media was out there, Mr. E, and everything. I want to thank my son and my grandson for taking me out there, and we had a wonderful, wonderful time. You all check out the video. He's out there on Mike Vick's Instagram video. I tell you what, I have a feeling that we're going to be meeting Mr. Mike Vick
real soon.
Mr. E, you need to get Mike on the show.
I'm going at him.
Well, I tell you what, you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. The weather here in Hampton Roads is going to be just as nice as it can be. So, look, we'll see you back here on Wednesday. But tonight, go to our replay on FYI After Dark. God bless you.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to nothing but the best. That's FYI Radio Show, the best show in the whole wide world, where your host is Miss Yolanda, Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. And don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350, WPCE 1400, Peace 95.3 FM, WMVA 88.9, and on all social media platforms. And for more information about FYI, give us a call at 757-714-7861. Or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Easter Monday, because he got up, okay? Our hats goes off to Pope Francis, and they heard that he passed away. So
yes.
we praying for the family just as well. Have a wonderful day now, okay? Bye now.
Wow, we want to say hello to our friend Ike Owens World. He's joining us on Instagram. Ike, what's going on? We haven't heard from, well, we know what you're doing. You're doing some great things, and we would love to talk to you. You need to get in touch with us and give us an update on what's coming here from your business, your organization, and what's happening with Mr. Owens.
I want to put this out there too. You know, Mr. Ike Owens is one of the greatest promoters for the Universal Soul Circus.
I know it.
So, Mr. Ike Owens, it would be nice if you recommended FYI host Miss Yolanda Hinton and Ed Everett be one of the circus announcers. Yeah,
that would be cool.
Let us know something.
But Ike, we would love to have you on. And it's been a minute, but you've been doing great things. We've been following your success. And we just thank you for all that you're doing. Also, we have Debbie Hillard on our Facebook page. Thank you all for joining us. Look, we got some great upcoming shows, Mr. E.
That's right. We got some great upcoming shows. Starting on Wednesday, we got the Commonwealth Attorney. Yeah, right here in Virginia, Mr. Rayman, Fatehi, will be our special guest on Wednesday. You don't want to miss what the Commonwealth Attorney has to say.
Absolutely.
Because I know that crime has gone down. And yes, not only has crime gone down, but he has tried a lot of cases. And then if you're interested in immigration, we got Mr. John Velasquez will be our special guest. That's on immigration. You know, a lot of our friends and people are from other countries are really panicking. They're in the panic zone,
and they should.
And so we're gonna have Mr. Velasquez come and talk to us about immigration.
Absolutely. Don't forget tonight, FYI After Dark, we're gonna put a replay on for you guys, and then we'll be back for our April 28th with Mr. Jason Baker.
Yes.
Everything you want to know about Bitcoins. I really want to know about Bitcoin because I have some and don't know not one thing about it.
I had some people offer me Bitcoins, want to buy me some but I knew it was a catch. I don't know.
What's the catch?
They want to buy me some Bitcoins. They to drag you in. I seen your name. I seen some folk.
Oh, those people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
I mean, some scammers.
Uh-huh.
I seen some of them folks want to drag me in, and so that makes me very leery when it comes to Bitcoin, because they said, I seen your name and you got some money somewhere. I said,
well, let's find out. Jason Baker's going to be on. He loves to talk about the topic of Bitcoin, so we'll be listening and hearing from him on April 28th. Make sure you all join us, join the dialogue and everything. Look, let me just give this announcement. Pete's in a Dialogue, our youth organization, Young Women and Young Men Achieving Success. We are having a wonderful dialogue on April 30th in Chesapeake, Virginia. We would love for you all to join in You can call 757-287-6792.
And on that piece in the dialogue, you ought to come on by. Bring your children when you come, so they can understand what's going on, and you can be a part of the dialogue. It's just like a forum, and just like you can voice your opinion, you can talk about some of the things that you want our community to know about, or you want our young folks to know, and some of the things that that really is in that you are not you're hating, you're disliking. So come on, let's bring your attention, bring it on the floor.
All right, now you can be a special guest, intern, or sponsor, but first of all, make sure you follow us on social media.
Social media.
And make sure you contact us. Mr. E has the tea.
If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, that's right. If you'd like to be a special guest, sponsor, intern, or if you'd like to be in our audience, that's right, in our audience, all you got to do is send us your email. We email you back and let you know what date, time that we want to put you in our audience. And if you'd like to be a special guest, intern, or sponsor, give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com, or you can inbox us at Edward Everett Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page.
You all are a blessing. Thank you so much for your support. Inbox us, say hi, say something to us. But don't forget to join us on Wednesday, FYI Radio Show at 9:30 a.m.
2 up.
Have a wonderful day.
2 down. VA.